because they've been taking care of you, or else your raggedy ass wouldn't even be here, okay? None of us would. I think this pimple been here for weeks. This bitch don't want to die. That hoe said, fuck you and your face. I feel like a lot of people are feeling desperate. And honey. You guys, welcome back to Mom Jeans by NUTCASE. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. Thank you so much for joining me for another journal entry. And I don't know why I'm yelling. Like, I already kind of tried to film this video one time and it was a hot fucking mess of a disaster. So I deleted it and I decided to start over. And that's okay, because I feel like that is the natural order of the topics that we are going to be talking about today. I feel like the mentality of a lot of people right now is, if it's too shot to shit, throw it away, okay? Just throw it in the trash, start over, create a new rough draft, and go from there, okay? Please excuse me eating this cough drop. I have to do it because I have to work today and film. We have officially come to episode 6 of Mom Jeans journal entries. This is journal entry number 6, you guys. Episode 6, I guess. And it is February 1st at 10:06 a.m. okay? And I really didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I see that this is something that is difficult for me to talk about. And it's not really difficult in terms of like me being nervous to talk about it. It's more so difficult to articulate my words in a cohesive manner to where you will understand my thoughts and I will be able to express myself adequately. That is the issue, okay? But it's not an issue because we're going to resolve it. However, what we are going to be talking about today is refusing to settle, okay? I made a video about being lonely, but that does not mean a bitch is desperate, okay? And there's a lot of people that I've been noticing out here who are desperate. They're desperate for approval. They are desperate for a leader. They are desperate for guidance. They're desperate for everything because they're just grasping to get energy in such a depleted world, in such a depleted society. It's like society has gotten to a level where it's so much trash. We just need to throw it all away and start over. And I feel like people don't understand that yet, but I really feel in my heart that this is what it's gonna come to, okay? I've been watching a lot of like content about different subjects, and I'm gonna give you guys a few examples. This topic that we're gonna talk about has 3 main points, which are, number 1, taking pride in yourself, loving yourself for who you truly are, okay? Being confident, truly confident in your thoughts, in your feelings, in your appearance, in every part of your entire being. The second talking point is standing up for what you believe in and what you feel like you deserve. Just because you see someone else accepting a certain action or behavior or way of life does not equate to that decision being right for you. You know what's right for you and you know what's not right for you. And the more confidence that you have in your thoughts and in yourself, the clearer you will be on the decisions and the choices that are right for you. And the final point that I want this video to make is about trusting the divine process, trusting in God, trusting in the universe, trusting in your guardian angels, okay? Trusting in your ancestors, whoever you believe in, having trust, having faith, knowing without a shadow of a doubt that those entities are going to take care of you because they've been taking care of you, or else your raggedy ass wouldn't even be here, okay? None of us would. At the end of the the day. And we talk about this all the time, but it's really something that is the underlying truth in every single one of our discussions is about having faith and having trust, not only in yourself, but in the powers that be that surround you in order to facilitate the changes that we need on this planet. Not forcing anything or trying to fit anything into your life that does not fit, and allowing what's meant to come to you naturally. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I do want to go and I want to backtrack a little bit and kind of give you the background as to why I was urged to talk about this. And it's something that I feel like a lot of us are maybe tiptoeing around talking about or things like that. But I really feel like I've been seeing a few stories lately that have prompted this discussion between me and my spirit guides in order to understand how to speak on the topic, okay? And I know they're gonna give me the right words. However, sometimes I do get a little camera shy, okay, when I start to talk about my inner thoughts and things like that. That's why it's not really easy to be a content creator, be a vlogger, to put yourself out on social media in any type of way. But I am not afraid, okay? I am not afraid, and I will continue to say, I am not afraid, okay? Whichever way. I just heard, I am not my hair. I am not this skin. I am not your expectations. Oh no. Okay, I might have got the words wrong, y'all, because y'all know sometimes I get the words wrong, but it's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that leads me into one of the reasons why I want to have this conversation, which is appearance. The way that you look, okay? Our first talking point is loving yourself, being confident in yourself, accepting yourself for who you truly are. I slapped Pamela on today because I have a friend named Pam, okay? And she's always, ever since I've known her, had this really long, flowing, thick hair. And I love it because it's like, it's just always shiny and it's so pretty. So when I got this baby right here, I was like, ooh, it's so flowy and shiny, like the curls just pop, okay? So I named her Pamela. But as you can see, I've, gussied up a little bit, and we were in a Venus retrograde, which we've been talking about. We just had an Aquarius new moon, and it's interesting that both of those planetary alignments or planetary occurrences are happening at this time, because not only was I just channeling the I Am Not My Hair song, but I also started channeling the Age of Aquarius song. I used to be in Chicago Children's Choir when I was a child. So we traveled everywhere, okay? I actually went to Japan because I was in choir. But one of the songs that we learned was the Age of Aquarius song, okay? And I'm gonna read the lyrics to you real quick. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius, Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding. Simply. People are supposed to be living a simple life right now. And the controlling forces are trying to complicate things for people when it should really be simple. But it says harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. I wish they would have said empathy, but they said sympathy. And trust abounding. No more falsehood or no more, oh my God, what is wrong with my mouth? Are we still in Mercury retrograde? I think we are until the 4th of February. No more falsehoods or derisions. Golden living dreams of visions. Mystic crystal revelations. And the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, okay? And it's just so befitting because I decided to put on my little, my little Pamela wig. And it's like with Venus coming out of retrograde, I didn't mind being in my hats, okay? I didn't mind showing you guys my, journal entries. And even in my vlogs, like you see me wear that Chicago hat all the time. Like, listen, I got so many wigs, honey. I have so much hair. I just don't put that shit on my head. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's because I feel like it constricts my brain. Like when people don't breathe deeply or, take full breaths, okay? When people do not get enough oxygen to their brains, Jesus! When they don't get enough oxygen to their brains, it causes a problem. It causes you to have limiting thoughts. It causes you to be disoriented, confused, okay? And probably a plethora of other things. And sometimes I just feel like these wigs, they just restrict my brain. And I want all of my intelligence, okay? And of course, you can get the wig size to your head. I'm not saying that, but it's just in general, it doesn't even matter if the the wig is too big, the wig is too small. I'm not talking about that. The wig could be the perfect size, but I just don't want it to constrict my head, okay? And that hat is comfortable, okay? It protects my crown while also, you know, hiding my braid down, okay? But it's just funny that I say that because I think that loving yourself and taking pride in who you are is important, but it's not only important when you are dolled up, dressed up, gussied up. It's not only important then, but it's also important when you may not feel or look your best. You still need to take pride in yourself. You still have to find a way to be confident in all facets of your being. And I feel like that's an issue. I feel like a lot of people are feeling desperate and a lot of people are in this, you know, frantic energy because they're trying to live up to a certain standard. So it's very upsetting for me when I see situations, which is one of the reasons why I made this video or thought about this video, is the situation with, you know, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson and the alleged situations that are going on, and, you know, her alleged feelings about the situation. And, you know, I'm not going to presume to know anybody's relationship, but I'm using it as an example because it doesn't matter what Khloe Kardashian says. Through observation of her public behavior, oh wow. Through observation of her public behavior, I guess Spirit is trying to tell me it's okay, just go ahead and talk. Through observation of her behavior in the public eye, with all the countless plastic surgeries that she's gotten, all the shit that she's done to her face, you know, and she still continues to accept a man, or continued at one point to accept a man into her life that was literally acting like trash towards her daughter, disrespecting her and her family. Even though, you know, I'm not a Kardashian advocate or anything like that, but I just love people and I hate to see people suffer. And you can tell that she's in some type of energy where she is suffering on the inside and tries to gloss it up on the outside with those external changes, but is not making any changes on the inside. That's why I said it's very important in the first point of this, of not refusing to settle, not taking anything that you feel like you don't deserve. That's a big part of it. In order to be able to be confident enough, or in order for you to be able to clearly see what is good for you and what is not good for you, you have to have confidence. You have to have love for yourself. You have to know yourself and know who you truly are and know what you want, so that you won't settle for less. Not just with relationships, but also with your own body, okay? And it's really sad because, you know, there's a lot of people out here, which is the second reason why I wanted to make this video. It's a lot of people out here who are doing plastic surgery on themselves. I didn't even know that there was a plastic surgery place in DeKalb County, okay, Georgia, that was doing botched ass surgeries on people. Honey, I just watched a video with Real Talk with Yanni last night. Shout out to Real Talk with Yanni, because she really does give you real talk. Straight tea, no chaser. Can you handle it, okay? Shout out to you, girl. But she really did a video that was very informative about, you know, K. Michelle. And everybody knows what happened to K. Michelle. If you don't know, she had a bunch of plastic surgery. She almost lost her life. Then you had Hazel E., who had all that plastic surgery after she was trying to have her, you know, that mommy makeover when you have a baby and then you go have plastic surgery. And so many people are just putting foreign objects and foreign bodies in their body, because for a majority of them, because I'm not saying everybody now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not saying everybody has the right to free will and they can make their own choices, but a majority of these people, I know for a fact, are doing these things to their body because they do not have confidence, and they feel that they would have more confidence if they made this change, or they made that change, or they did this little thing, or they did that little thing. You know what I mean? And it's kind of sad because I feel like it's leading young minds down a dangerous path. It is influencing naive, impressionable children, teens, adolescents, young people down a dangerous path of low self-esteem. And that's trash, boo. That's why I said I got on here without these wigs. I got on here without looking any type of, even today, I ain't got no makeup on. You see this pimple been here for weeks. This bitch don't want to die. That hoe said, fuck you and your face. Well, bitch, you just gonna be there and we gonna be riding with this bitch together, because I don't care. And, you know, I mean, I've had a problem with acne all my life, but it's like when people literally look at their body and they have body dysmorphia and things like that, these are real conditions that society is brushing under the rug because they are perpetuating this idea that you could just change whatever you want with plastic surgery and then you'll feel better. That's a lie. That's false. And it's sad to me because that means that a lot of people are settling for being miserable truly on the inside. And that's something that we really have to work on individually, each of us within ourselves. My second point coincides with this because we're talking about standing up for what you believe in, standing up for what you feel like you deserve. And just because someone else is accepting something in their life or acting a certain way in their life does not mean that it will be right in your life. Just because you see someone doing it on social media doesn't mean that it is meant for you to do. And if you stand up for what you believe in and you have true love for yourself after you've tackled that first battle and you know your worth and you know what you deserve, you're confident and comfortable with who you truly are, then you will be able to assertively stand up for what you believe in. Just because one person gets plastic surgery or gets their body done or changes their face doesn't mean that you should go do it too. Just because you want to fit in with a certain group, with a certain crowd. You can be who you are without all of that. And if you feel like you need that, then you definitely shouldn't be getting it. You definitely shouldn't be it. And it's not just that, it's relationships as well. Like we were saying with, Chloe and everything. Just because people say that you're supposed to be in a relationship, or just because people say that you should have been on a date by a certain time, or just because people say that you should have been married by a certain time in your life, had kids by a certain time, doesn't mean that that's right for you. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different desires. And you have to really be in tune with yourself in order to know what those desires are. For me, it was very hard because I look at what I've learned and it's not been an easy road. I tell you guys in every video that the spiritual journey and learning yourself, learning who you are is not easy. It is not easy. I just told y'all that motherfucker will slap you with the hand of strength. The backhand, okay? The front hand is a little bit of a sting, you know what I'm saying? But when you get hit with that back one is like, every single time. And it's like, you gotta really be resilient in a situation. I was this person. I don't want any of you guys to think I'm ridiculing you because I'm not. I was literally this person. That's the reason why I had a rough marriage. That's the reason why I had kids so young. That's the reason why I struggled in relationships and continue to accept people who would abuse me, okay? Because I had to take accountability for my lack of self-esteem. And I didn't want to do that because it was easier for me to sit there and say, they're wrong for treating me badly. But I wasn't saying you're wrong in the mirror for accepting it when you know that that's not what you deserve. I didn't want to take that accountability. Another point that I want to make is about another story that I saw that made me think about this. Standing up for yourself, standing up for what you believe in, is the fact that there is so much foolishness going on with fucking, okay? You don't have to get that is not right. You cannot force someone. You can read the disclaimers in the description box below. This is purely my opinion. But at this point, like I said, people send me news or I see information through creators. And one of my subscribers lives in Canada and she sent me the news of what was happening in Ottawa, okay? Where she's basically on the inside with a child that has disabilities who cannot get the physical therapy care that they need because they don't have. So you're literally turning people away from care. I don't like, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's sad when you see a large group of people being bullied. However, there comes a point where you're going to have to be strong and you're going to have to stand up for what you believe in. I feel like as a human being, you are supposed to be able to make your own choice. People are not supposed to make choices for you. It's just a hot fucking mess. That's why I said sometimes you just gotta throw the whole thing away and start over because it's a problem, okay? I just want people to understand that you don't have to fucking settle. You don't have to settle for that raggedy ass relationship. You don't have to settle for struggle love. You don't have to settle for somebody's poor behavior towards you or mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual abuse. You don't have to settle for your own country's abuse. The more that you stand up in a situation and you speak or fight for what is right, the more that you will give courage to others who are in a position where they may not have that same amount of confidence. And you can be the example to show those people that regardless of the opposition, that they must and they can have the power to be confident. You have the power to change your situation. And it doesn't matter if it's on a large scale or it's on a smaller scale. That's why I said these things apply to all situations. The song, Age of Aquarius, it said harmony and understanding. We have to have understanding of each other in order to have harmony. We have to be compassionate for each other. We have to be objective and open with our perspectives of other people in order to understand each other so that there can be harmony amongst humans. And you can believe what you want to believe, honey. But I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody, but I just feel like there is such a lack of self-esteem. There is such a lack of love and compassion and care for others, which is stemming from a lack of love, care, and compassion for yourself. And I want to spread love. I love you, and I don't even know you. I love you because I was you. Like, child, whatever situation that you are in, trust me, I have probably been in a similar situation or know someone very close to me who has been in the situation. And when I tell you, like when I got really passionate and was speaking on the fact that I hate to see people suffering, I mean that. And wow, I'm hearing Michael Jackson, I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot of people suffering because they're feeling desperate. They're feeling desperate to get the energy that has been depleted from them because of the restrictions that we've continuously been placed under as a society, or the expectations that have been put on us as a society. If you're watching this video and you've watched this video to this point, that is what brings me to my third point. You must trust in the divine process of your life. Your life is not going to look like anybody else's life. Your body is not going to look like anybody else's body. Your emotions are not going to feel like anybody else's emotions, even if you can relate or have similarities that you find within other people that resemble the emotions, feelings, and thoughts that you have within yourself. You are an individual and you are unique. Don't try to settle or fit in to a cookie cutter image that has set you up to fail. Be unique. Be individual. Be your own person and love your individuality. I think I've said this in the past. Your individuality is not unique, or something like that, which does not mean that you're unimportant. It means that the fact that you are an individual and the fact that you have independent thoughts, feelings, and emotions means that you are a human. But it does not make you unique in that aspect of thinking, because there are so many people who also have individual thoughts and emotions, and they are valid just as yours are as well. So the more that you trust in the divine process of life, the more that you just allow things, like I said, to come to you as they're meant to come to you naturally, then the more peace that you will have within yourself. Like, I'm so thankful because I've gained so much peace. There was a point where I accept people beating on me. There was a point where I accepted verbal abuse. There was a point where I allowed infidelity in my life, either on my part or in the parts of others. And that's something that took me a long time to pull myself out of, because I felt, for whatever reason, that I had messed up or I had made too many mistakes to come back, that I was a lost cause, that there was nothing that could be done to rectify the negative things that have happened in my life. But I didn't realize, it's emotional, I didn't realize that those things that I saw as negative in my life were meant to show me how strong I was. Those things that I thought were negative were meant to show me how resilient and perseverant and how strong I was and how strong I am. And it was also meant to show me, I'm trying not to cry, y'all, but it's just coming out. They were also meant to show me how protected I am by God. And that's on period. That's unquestioned. I had to realize that my life was protected by God. And it's just as simple as that. And the more that I forced situations, the more that I tried to force a relationship that I did not belong in, the more that I tried to force an aesthetic that was uncomfortable for me, the less like myself I felt, the less satisfied I felt, the less fulfilled I felt. Because I was in an image, living in an image, thinking of myself in an image or a behavior that did not suit me. And I feel like there's so many people who are experiencing that right now. And if you are one of those people where it's like you're trying to figure out where you belong, or you're trying to figure out maybe your niche or what you're good at, take some time to look within yourself. Take some time to pray. Take some time to meditate. And see, nobody wants to do that because it takes too long. It's not instant and immediate. But if you go towards the things that are intended to provide instant gratification, then you're never really going to be truly grateful of anything. You're never going to be satisfied. You're always going to have, for lack of a better analogy, an itch that you can't scratch. And you'll forever be looking for avenues where you can receive instant gratification. And then you're going to tumble down a cycle where the instant gratification that you receive from the initial sources is not going to be enough. It's not going to fulfill you. Just like people say don't do drugs because it could take you to another level. They say don't do entry level or gateway drugs because it's going to open up a gateway to another drug, because the satisfaction or the gratification that you get, the high that you feel, is eventually not going to feel as high. So you need something that's going to give you more of a high. And if you don't have any self-control, then it's going to get out of control. Okay? And that's why I said the people are desperate, because people are getting out of fucking control. The amount of, even when I go on social media, I just saw I don't know, that on-site channel that's on Instagram, and this girl was sitting in this young man's house. This young lady was sitting in this young man's house, sitting with him while he was in the room playing video games, looking beautiful, looking pretty, looking like everything, telling him that she was gonna go out, and she got dressed up to go out, but I guess he didn't want her to go out, or he was saying that she needs to stay in the house or something like that. She ain't going out. And then the mama chimed in, making her son's bed, and he looked like a whole grown ass fucking man, or at least a teenager old enough to make his own goddamn bed because he got two hands. And she in there talking about, yeah, you ain't going nowhere, you gonna stay here with my son because he don't feel good, and you gonna keep him comfortable, you ain't going out, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, girl. And of course it's black people, because of course, you know, like, and it's just like, it's so sad because she was such a pretty girl. And then he had the nerve to say, yeah, I'm waiting for her to get my car fixed. Like, nigga, I just don't get it. It's like people settling for things that they know are no good for them because they have such an emptiness in themselves that they don't want to face. And I get it. It takes time. I do get it. It takes time. Because I said I didn't get it, but I actually do get it. And that's why I do the things that I do. It's not to be judgmental. It's just to try to wake as many of you up as I can, because that shit is for the birds. That shit is trash, okay? That shit is trash. Not going out. I didn't go out for the first, I don't know. I used to go out to little roller rinks and teen clubs and stuff like that when I was in high school before I got pregnant. But when I got pregnant and I got married and I was in the house, I rarely went out with anybody. I didn't do anything because I felt guilty. I felt guilty because the person who I was married to didn't have any friends, didn't go out themselves, sat in the house all the time, miserable, and I was trying to make that person not be miserable, but was ultimately allowing for myself to be miserable and accepting something that I knew I didn't deserve because I felt like I couldn't do any better, or my self-esteem was so low. Even though I knew that's not really what I wanted, I felt like that's all that maybe I deserved, even though I felt like I knew that's not what I deserved, but I was still accepting it because of the fucked up mentalities that I received over trauma and things that I wasn't dealing with. It's crazy. So, I mean, I'm not gonna keep going on and on. The video is already long fucking enough. Every time I do a video, it's sirens. I don't know if y'all hear them sirens, but I love you guys very much. And I just want you guys to know that even if you're in a situation where you may feel lonely, go back to my I'm Lonely video and understand that you're not alone. That there are other people out there who resonate with the same causes that you do, with the same emotions that you do, with the same thought waves and brain waves that you do. to. And there's a lot of people who are in like minds, but that have been silenced by, you know, different forces within our society, so that we won't find each other, so that we won't love each other, so that we won't lift each other up. And that's what we need to work on changing, okay? So just allow things to happen the way that they're meant to happen. Don't rush anything. Don't rush your body. Don't rush your relationship. And don't let somebody try to convince you that you don't deserve a certain level of choice or freedom in your life. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the message. Your homework assignment for today is to leave me a comment down below that says, I am free, okay? And I want you to put the hands up emoji. I am free. So I will see you guys on the next video. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember that I love you and that you are loved, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.